I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. To make here. Point number one. Not a lot of people were there. You know, for the first ever live review, you know, I wasn't sure how it was going to go. There was maybe 200 to 250 people there. And you might say, well, is that good or bad? Well, typically on any given Sunday when I do my React show, DSP versus the internet, we get around 300 people. So it's definitely less than that. What you have to realize is that we had a lot of people who were staying away because they haven't finished the show yet. And I think what will happen is now, as people watch and finish the show, they're then going to go check out that review, which is perfectly fine, and I'm happy for that. Keep in mind, the show is long. It's 8 episodes, and each episode is longer than an hour. So to consume 8 hours of a TV show and then watch the review, you know, not everyone was watching as much as I did, correct? So, I'm happy for those who did watch it that they seem to have enjoyed it, but definitely it didn't get giant attendance, and it hasn't gotten giant views, to give you some perspective here. The first video, which is the recap and me giving brief kind of snippets of what I thought about the plot, is about 700 views. And the second video, which is basically me, excuse me, going back and forth with the live audience, talking about the lore, talking about the changes between the games, talking about implications, plot points, what I liked, what I didn't like. It was basically all opinion, right? The first video was more objective. The second video was more subjective. The second video has way less views. The second video is like, I want to say like 500 views, if that. I'm not even sure. So, yeah, listen, for videos on that channel, the views are decent. They're better than my typical videos on the channel. But for a special project, yeah, not doing that great. But I think maybe that's because people are still watching the show. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's just not a lot of interest in my fan base right now. I just don't know. But I really enjoyed doing it. I thought it was a great concept. And people seemed to think it was going to be a good concept. But I don't know how it will pan out. Is this more of a slow burn thing where people will check it out over time? Or is it just that was the initial wave of views and that's it? It's not going to get any more views. I don't know. The audience that was there was pretty engaged. People seemed to enjoy themselves. But I'll be very transparent here. When it came to support on that stream, if it wasn't for one very, very large and generous super chat, it would have been pretty much like a slow night stream, which ain't great for a special project and something that I'm trying to do to get more variety for that channel. For those who don't know, the DSP Reacts channel started off as a much bigger concept. It was supposed to be me, yes, doing the weekly clips React show called DSP versus the internet, but also doing long-form React style content, like an entire day reacting to a documentary or another YouTuber's channel, stuff like that, and doing special events. And last year I did that. Last year I reacted to a couple documentaries. I reacted to the Internet Historian YouTube channel. I had a whole event based around my time with Machinima and recounting my stories about that and showing, you know, evidence of emails and things that I had from back then. Excuse me. And I love doing all that. But honestly, the channel just didn't catch on with my viewer base. Like, by the end of the year, people were telling me just stop doing it. Or if you're going to do it, just do the weekly show. That's it. We'd rather have you play games. And I was like, wow. You know, the whole point was for years and years, people had demanded that I do live reacts. In fact, the one thing people absolutely demanded I do is react to these events. Like, for example, react to a big press conference from Sony or Microsoft Live. I did that last year. That was the least popular content. I'm not kidding. People didn't care about it. It didn't do well at all. So the thing that, it seems like what it is, it's a vocal minority. People were very vocal. They want something. When I finally gave it to them, oh, well, actually, it's not, we don't really care, you know? So basically the whole idea behind the channel sadly kind of fell apart last year when people told me, yeah, you don't really like the content or didn't really want that kind of content, even though we asked for it for 10 years. Actually, when it finally came around, we don't really care. So the channel basically is just me doing the clip show once a week. And then if I do like a food vlog during a marathon or something like that, you know, even us doing the tier makers, right? the tier maker videos, which I started doing, a couple of them did okay, and then they just fell off in popularity, and people just didn't care anymore. So, you know, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the channel when the effort essentially isn't paying off. I'd rather just do what you guys want. So, this is my idea. This live review series is my idea to bring more attention to the channel, to get more people over there watching the content, possibly becoming a member, which is really how that channel makes any profits. Right now, I make almost no ad revenue at all on the React channel because the React show, the clip show, gets claimed every single week. Almost none of those videos are monetized. And so, you know, this live review show is an opportunity to actually put out content I can monetize on the channel. You would think during the height of FallGout Mania, people would be excited. I don't know what else to say. I did my best. I hope that the show is good for those who watch it. I liked doing it. People who were there live seemed to like it. It just doesn't seem like it's a very big audience. And I don't know what else to say about that. I can't make you, people who watch this show every day, people who watch the streams here every day, leave DSP Gaming and go look at content on my other channels. All I can do is suggest it, correct? So, what I would say is if you like the FallGout TV show, you want to see not only a recap of the series, but then definitely watch a cool interactive part where I talk with this audience about the lore and everything that happened in the show. I mean, I even answered the question, is the show woke? Which is basically a big question right now among certain audiences, and I find it an absolutely hilarious debate. I really, really do. Because, again, in life, everyone wants to be black and white about this shit, and it makes no sense to be so. I'm even currently having a conversation with someone in the comments of the video because they don't even know what they're talking about. It's just funny. But anyway, all that being said, okay, I hope you'll give it a look when you finish the show yourself. If you have absolutely no interest in the FallGout show, then it's fine. I get it. But I hope that you'll try it. It's something I tried, something with effort. And here's the thing. If this live review format works, if this is something you guys are interested in seeing in the future, I would consider doing this for a lot of media. For example, the new season of The Boys is coming out later this year. I could do it for that. The big prominent game releases of this year, I could do live review formats where the first half hour is me reviewing the game, and then or factually talking about the game, and then after that we have this follow-up discussion about what everyone liked and didn't like about it, etc. You know, I'm okay with that. I like the idea of an interactive live review format on the DSP Reacts channel, but obviously I need it to catch on too. I can't just do it for an audience of a couple hundred and it does nothing for anything, and what's the point of doing it when I could have just done a night stream of any other game, right? So, let's see how it goes, all right? Seriously, let's see how this goes. I'll be obviously taking a look at the performance of the live review over the course of the next week, and hopefully I'll have a positive update for you next week once more people watch the show, okay? So that was Wednesday night. Yesterday was my day off. Dark Side here. The only detractor channel that I watch is Doody Streams.